1930, three sisters stood for a photo in the small town of Grindrod, British Columbia. Amelia, Elizabeth, and Mary. Their faces are young, but if you look closer, their eyes hold the weight of a history that spans 3 continents and 1,000 miles of struggle. This is the story of the Karpawich family, a story of how deep roots are grown in hard soil. It began with Frank and Pauline. In 1909, they left Poland for the promise of free land in the jungles of Brazil. But the South American heat was a far cry from the farming they knew. They turned back, and while docked in Portugal in 1912, they received chilling news. The Titanic had vanished into the Atlantic just hours before. They were survivors before they ever reached their destination. In 1913, Frank, just 26 years old, left everything he knew behind, chasing a dream of a better life in Canada. He landed in Halifax looking for work to build a future for his family. His journey led him west to Alberta, deep into the coal mines, hoping to send for them soon. By 1913, Frank was in Canada, laboring in the dark, cramped coal mines of Alberta to pay for his family's passage. While he was underground, even unearthing dinosaur bones in the drumheller dust.
That's funny.
Good job, lady.
Once it comes out. Ha ha ha. That is rubbish.
Finally, he was able to send for his family. A year later, in 1914, Pauline, age 25, followed the dream. She crossed the ocean with 5-year-old Angela and 2-year-old John, known as Barney, who, fascinatingly, was born in Brazil. Accompanied by her widowed mother, Sophia, they forged a new life on a homestead in Grindrod, British Columbia. It was a life of separation and grit. While Frank worked the coal mines in Alberta and southeastern BC, Pauline was left to manage the small homestead. Together, they built a family against the odds. Welcoming Elizabeth in 1916, Mary in 1919, Amelia in 1921, and finally Stanley in 1931. In 1930, the three sisters, Elizabeth, Mary, and Amelia, posed for a photograph that captured a rare moment of peace on the homestead. At the time, the future seemed wide open. By 1937, Elizabeth had married a man named John, who spent the early months of that year pouring his heart into building their family home, the Karpawich house. But the joy of their new home was tragically short-lived. On October 24th, 1937, at just 21 years old, Elizabeth died suddenly of a perforated ulcer. The house, once a symbol of their beginning, suddenly felt cavernous and cold. It stood as a silent witness to a life cut far too short. Left behind in the rooms they were meant to grow old in, John withered away in his grief. The walls that were built for laughter and a growing family instead echoed with a heavy, profound loneliness. Life on the homestead had to move forward even through the shadows of loss. In 1939, Amelia married Tom Maximchuk, and together they began a new chapter, welcoming 4 children, Lucy, Martha, Andrew, and Timothy, carrying the family's resilient spirit into the next generation. History would repeat itself. During the Second World War, it was the sisters, Amelia and Mary, who were left to run the farms while their husbands went to the front. They hauled wood in the winter, milked the cows at dawn, and learned the true meaning of self-sufficiency. They weren't just surviving, they were becoming the social fabric of the valley. Mary Strelchuk became the mother of Grindrod. Her kitchen was the town's heartbeat, famous for the scent of dill pickles in a coffee pot that never went cold. She lived to see 99 years, a century of change witnessed from the same porch. As the years turned, the family moved from the soil to industry. Amelia spent 17 years making ice cream at Noka and Vernon, while Stanley's chainsaw shop became a local legend, a place where a handshake still meant something. Today, the house John Shafirka built in 1937 still stands. It's more than just wooden nails. It's a monument to a family that refused to give up. From Poland to Brazil, from the mines to the mountains, the Karpawich name is etched into the very spirit of this town.